Okay, guys, welcome back, and then we are going to continue back with our code. So, remember, I said here that here on your own, you see something like a create playground here, right? So, go ahead and click on that create playground. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's me, correct? Okay. So, please, yeah. Well, so when you click on that playground, when you click on that playground, you're going to see something like this, okay? You're going to see something like this. Okay, 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 okay. So you have to select everything. Okay, so yeah, you're going to see something like this, right? So select everything, delete. Now I sent a file in the Fed group where you have all those different folders there, right? The queries, it's actually queries, right? So if you want to switch, just click here on this full file here. You're going to say this is it, this is mine here. So I'm just going to select everything, copy, and then I'll come back here to this Mongo here. I click on this playground, which was created right here, right? So I'm just going to paste that in. I have that pasted in. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So this is what we're going to do now. So we have the React front end. So I'm just going to change the name. Just change the name along with me. I'm just going to call it backend. And then we have this project. So remember this, you can give this thing any name, okay? But now it has to be in lowercase and in plural. Okay, so that's just it. And even here, you're going to see in the next section where we're going to do that, it's going to go. So let's just run it here. So you say click yes, and let's just be patient. It's going to do its results, going to do its work while inserting into the database. We don't mind. Okay, if you get this, that means that your operation was successful. So now we are going to comment this out. The reason why we're commenting it out is because we can't run two queries at the same time. We have to run one query after the other. Okay. So now we are also going to come here for the DB collection. Okay, and leave it and uncomment this. Don't uncomment this line. I like as it is. Make sure I've uncommented this line and make sure this is not uncommented. Leave it as it is. So now we're going to run a second query to insert into the database. Let's just be patient a little bit while it is doing its work. Let's wait. It's doing its work. Okay. Okay, perfect, perfect. It means that everything was inserted into the database. So to show you proof of that, don't save. It's not really necessary. I can close this. So to show you proof of that it was inserted, you can refresh here. Right click. It's just what I did. Like bring your mouse here, right click, click on refresh. And you're now going to see the React backend, which is the database, and you're going to see projects and testimonials. So if you also go on the database itself and you refresh, if you refresh, you're going to see the same thing. Okay, so this is the same thing here, testimonials, projects and testimonials. Okay, so that's it there. Okay, with that, I think we're done. We can now move to the part of coding. So now you have to come down to your to this part, right? Your body clones. Let's say your body clones your repository from your GitHub, and the repository is empty, right? So now this is what you have to do. You have to first of all type npm init dash y, okay, and press enter. It's going to create the commands automatically for you. And the only thing you're going to be have here is just this package.json and your text.json, your text.txt, and maybe this upload.js if you added it. Okay, so that's all. And this is what the package.json, this is what my own package.json has. So after you've had this package.json, you're going to do something like this: npm install dot env, next course. We're going to go with express, okay, double s, mongo, mongodb, mongoose, okay, and nodemon. Yeah, nodemon. So we're just going to do this, okay. With this, everything is okay. Once you have typed other command, just press enter. It's going to go ahead and install here. And also please do modify your script. So you see in my script I've done some modifications, okay. The start command is node index.js, but the dev command, that's development mode, is node index.js. Okay, so just modify your own script to be like this, and also set this entry, this mean to be the index.js. With that, also create a dot git ignore file. Okay, to create that is very easy. Just say dot git ignore. Okay, and then you press enter. It's going to create a file for you. So once you have created that file, you just add this to your uh, git ignore. So you just need to type slash node modules, yeah, and the .env. Okay, that's just what you have to do. So let's go ahead and start coding. Please don't get worried about this author. Just forget about it. It's something else. It's not actually part of the course. Okay, let's just be coding. So we're going to create a project structure. So we're going to have config. We're going to create another folder, new folder. We're going to call it controller. We're going to create the next folder. We're going to call it model, and then we're going to create a last folder, I think. Yes, okay. The last folder, I think, we're going to call it router. Okay, and then we're just going to have last a file outside, which is going to call index.js, which is our application entry point. So what are we going to do here in the config? What do we have here in the config? So we're going to start by saying app.config. Okay, app.config.js. Okay, so here we're going to require, even that I not even used it, but it's okay. .env .env.config. Then we're going to say const. We're going to say mongo db config. Okay, and then we're going to do this db, capital letters please. Db, we're going to put some connection strings there. So say modules, now in lowercase, modules dot exports is equals to mongo config. Okay, so now let's go back to our database online. So we are here, right? So all what we just need to do is scroll back up and click here on backend. Okay, once you click here on backend, you're going to be able to see this. Click on connect and take the first option, which says drivers. Okay, we've already done npm install mongodb. Just click on this one and then close it. Okay, close. Then return back to your VS Code. Go back to your text.txt, paste the line here. Remember again this password issue, so remove it. Also the less than and the greater than sign. While removing it, copy this password, copy it, paste it here. Okay, now copy this line of code. I've copied, I've copied it. Come and paste it here in between these quotes. It's there. Okay. Now the issue I showing this is just because of extra space. So just use your back key and wipe off the space. Okay. The backspace key. Just use that and wipe off the space. So now here, follow along. I'm going to go back to this MongoDB that you see here, right? And copy this database name. You see the way it is now. I'm not going to type it. I'm just going to right click and copy database name. Why do we need it? Because once this code runs right, it's going to go to this particular database. That is where we have these projects and testimonial stored. Okay, so this is it. Just make sure it is in between this slash and this question mark retry right. Okay, with this we are set with this, we're done with this. Okay, now we are going to write our models, and the first model we're going to start with is the portfolio model. So what's a model? A model is just a representation of something, right? So let's go ahead, portfolio underscore model.js. Okay, we're going to add another one again, testimonial. Or we could still create it in one file. We could still create it in one file, but since in the other project I already did so, so let's just go ahead. Testimonial. We could still create it in one file and export them differently. So, but it doesn't matter. It's not an issue. Let's go ahead. and just type. So I just going to say const mongoose is equals to, we're going to require mongoose. Okay, we're going to require mongoose. Then we're going to say const portfolio model, because it's actually a model that we're going to be getting from the mongoose. So we're going to say mongoose.model. Now, what we're going to put here is the collection name. Okay, so if you go come here and you want to get the collection name, it's going to be this project. Right click again, copy collection name, and type it. It has to be identical. If it's something else, we're going to have issues when pulling from the database. So we're going to say mongoose dot capital S schema bracket open curly braces. We're going to say IDE capital S string. So let me just copy this a few number of times. Here we're going to say image. Here we're going to say title. Here we're going to say GitHub, and the last one we're just going to say demo. Okay, so that's it. Image, title, GitHub demo, and then we just export this. We're just going to do module dot export is equals to portfolio model. Now, not this portfolio model. So now, not to waste much time, right? I'm just going to copy back all of this, come back to the Explorer, click on testimonial dot underscore model, change this just to um, testimonials. Okay, testimonials. Click here, and for testimonials, what we have here, we have the string, we have what we have called the avatar, we have the name. Sorry, we have the name, we have the review. Okay, we have the review here. So that's good. So we have this, right, and we are all set and prepared to go. So from here now, we're going to go ahead and create a controllers. Okay, so from our controllers, we are going to say, let me just create a file. We're going to say app.controller.js. Okay, app.controller.js. So here I'm just going to require const um curly braces portfolio model is equals to require. I'm going to require dash dash. Go to the model folders. Uh, Slash portfolio model. Okay, semicolon. I just copy that, and then we'll go again to the next one and say testimonial model, and I'm just going to require the testimonial model, which, oh, sorry about that. I'm just going to require the testimonial. So from here, we're going to say exports dot portfolio app route. Okay, so we're going to say async request response. Okay, the arrow function, and then I'm going to put it in a try catch to be able to catch any error. Let me just work on the error. So I'm going to say res.status bracket 500. Okay, and then we're going to say .json bracket open. We're going to say error, and our error is going to be internal server error. This is in case we have some kind of weird error, then it will be coming back from our server, not the data. So items, we're going to say items is equals to await. What are we awaiting on? So we're going to await on this portfolio model dot find, which is a function to return to us every single data that's in this collection. Okay, so we're now going to return res.status bracket 200. Okay, dot send. Okay, so what we're going to send, first of all, we're going to send a message a message saying it was a success, and then we're going to return the data, which is the item that we got here. Okay, I think it's items, not item. Okay, so like usually, again, not to waste time, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and then paste that and say this is going to be testimonial app route. Okay, and here we're going to use the testimonial model, and everything else remains the same. Okay, so from there now we are going to now be moved to app router. Okay, now we're going to go now create uh routers. So let's just say let's call it app.route.js. Okay, so here we're just going to request const controller. Okay, we're going to say controller is equal to what require uh not that fast slash controller. Yes, and app controller. Okay, so that's just all. We're going to require express also. So I'm going to say um express. Maybe if I can spell express require express. I think I can do something like this router, right? Okay, so I'm just going to change this into router. Okay, so from there I'll just type in here router.get. The reason why we're using get is because we're getting from the database. Okay, we're not sending to the database. If we're sending to the database, then we'll use post. Okay, so I'm going to say controller here dot that. So on the slash portfolio, I'm going to be using portfolio app route. Okay, so like usual, not to waste time, I'll copy that again. Here we're going to say on the testimonial slash testimonial. That one doesn't need to be in plural. You can leave it singular. So here we're going to say testimonial. So don't forget. So this is what our code looks like. So now we're not going to move to the index.js to start coding it woefully. So this is the giant. It's going to require us coding a lot. So just follow along this. So I'm going to say express is equals to require. Okay, require express. Sorry, too many s's. We're going to say const app is equals to express. Okay, and then we're going to say const. We're going to require mongoose. Okay, mongoose is equals to require mongoose also. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to say const mongo underscore db underscore config file. Can you remember where it is? Sure you do. So we're going to say require slash config slash app config. Okay, just an issue with the space, and then we're going to say const course is equals to. Remember that we installed express course.env mongodb mongoose and notemon at the beginning. So now I'm going to say here connection to mongodb. Okay, so what are we going to be having here? We're going to say mongoose.connect, trying to establish a connection to our database, and we're going to call on mongodb.db, comma, we're going to pass in our options, which are use, not the way I'm typing it, some are in lowercase, some are in uppercase. Okay, use new, that's new URL parser to be true, then use unified topology. In the last one I spelled topolo guy, but it should be topology. Okay, so true, and then it's going to return to us a response, but we are not going to use that response. So we're just going to do this. So if we have a response, we're just going to say dot log to us connection to mongo MongoDB successful. Okay. Else, if there's an error, we're going to catch it. Okay, we're going to catch the error, and we're going to do this. Okay, let's say console.log. Let's print the error to the screen so that we can be able to do some research in case something pops up that we don't understand. MongoDB. Okay, then we just put in our error here. So after that, we okay. I need a comma. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Just put the comma on your own, and that'll be it. So here we're just going to now enable course. Okay, so we're going to say app dot use. What are we going to use? We're going to use the course that we imported. We're going to create a middleware to parse our JSON data. When we say parse, it just returns to say convert. Okay, it's nothing really complicated. So we're going to say express the JSON. Okay, so with that we go to the next line. We're going to define a route to like the main route to fetch data, right? The data. Okay, so we're going to say app dot use. We're going to call it slash API. Okay, so we're going to say require. We're going to require here dot router. Okay, remember the router make dot app route. Okay, so that's it. From there, we are going to then start the server. Okay, so after starting the server, we're going to say app dot listing. We're going to say app dot listing on port 8000. Okay, so we go now to the next line. The reason why we cannot use 3000 is because React front end, if I can put it like that, already is listening to by default listens to port 3000, 3001, and so on and so forth. So we're just making sure that we are a bit fast. So we're going to log here and log here server started started on port 8000. Okay, so if you're following with me all along, this is what you should have in your code. Okay, that's what you should have. So remember, our package.json has something called def and start. Okay, but we're not going to use the start. The start is going to be used by the hosted platform where we're going to host the backend. So let's do this. Um, in the root of our repository, right? Remember, my backend is a separate folder that's separate. It does not contain my front end here. That's what I was saying everyone to avoid that. So it's a separate folder on its own. So here I'm just going to say npm run dev. Okay. Once I run dev, I'm going to wait. So let's wait and see whether it's going to connect. Hopefully, but I'm optimistic about that it's going to connect. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's just wait. So we are saying that we are having an error here of override project model once compiled. Okay, so let me solve that right away. Projects. I'm sure I didn't call that in portfolio, right? Nope. Yeah, I did use projects. Okay, where's again? Just give me an instant. Let me solve the issue and I'll be back. Oh, okay, guys. Okay, guys. I've seen the error. Now, remember when we're doing the copy and paste, right? We forgot to change these projects in the testimonial model. Okay. So come here on your model folder, unfold it, click on testimonial model, come here to your database, right? You see this testimonials here. Right click, copy collection name, and you see that if I change it here and it rebuilds, let me click here on no. I'm sure it's even going to stop. I'm just going to say npm run dev. Okay, it is going to compile successfully now. So sure, let's just be patient. Let's wait. Oh, okay, another issue again. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, guys, so I found the issue related to what we're facing, right? So remember again in your app.root.js, right? We forgot something, right? This router here is actually a function, right? So if we hover over it, we're going to see it's a function, right? So we can't just call it like this. So we need to call it like this, okay? I think with this, we shouldn't have any more crashes. Okay, we have one more. Let me just okay, guys, and now the second issue, right? Remember in the app.router, right? I just made something like this, but well, it doesn't still matter. I can still do this router dot dot router. Remember, it's a function, so I need to call it like this. Then the other error was that you see this course to is a function. Okay, I made an error. It's also a function. So it's either extends or something. So we are supposed to call it with curly braces also. And let me see if we get further errors again. Okay, we have again another error. Wow, that's a lot of errors. Huh? Okay, let me solve. Let me get to solve that. Okay, guys. So the other issue, right? So remember, I said we had three fixes. I think here we didn't have much to do. It's just the same like this, right? So it's router is equals to require express dot router, right? And here in the index dot JSON, the only change we had to do here was that this course was supposed to be a function, right? We're supposed to add this parenthesis there. I think same with this router. And now we forgot something. We forgot that after each file we had to export it. So we're supposed to do module dot export is equals to router. So we're supposed to export this different router out of this file if I can spell correctly. Router. So I think I don't know what's happening to my terminal. Okay. Same PM run dev. Okay, now this is what we are supposed to see. So fingers crossed, no more errors. Fingers crossed, no more errors. Yes. So no more errors. So we can see successfully it has started. So we can see here it's login. Server started on port 8000, which is here, and then it reads this message. It logs this message. Connection to MongoDB successful. Okay. So if that is the case, once you go to your local host, right? If I input, for example, localhost, type with me, local host colon not semicolon 8000. If I put slash API, okay, you're going to see I'm going to get this. So I need to now go to the other route, which is portfolio. Okay, when I click portfolio, I'm going to get this, right? This is being read from the database. It's not, it's being served from the database through the a server application, which is the Node.js, and we can now read it here. So if you can display this, then it's okay. You're not a guru. Then we have testimonials also. Oh, I think there's an issue with the testimonial. There's a server error slash testimonial. I think it should be an issue with the spelling. Let's go check it. But that should not even be an issue. So let's just check routes. Let's just start from the routes. Let's trace it. Testimonial first. Okay. If we started the application listing on 40,000, let's refresh. Did I Let me check if I uploaded the testimonials into the database. Okay. Oh, okay, we have the testimonials. Interesting. Okay, I'll be back again after solving this issue. Okay, guys, for the other error that we had for testimonials, right? The issue was that what we're exporting was testimonials. Okay, it should just be go to your testimonial underscore model, right? Just put here testimonial model, not in plural. Okay, just put it testimonial, then export testimonial model. Come to your app controller. In your app controller, you are going to receive this. That is what you're exporting is what you receive, but we're exporting something else and receiving something else. You get, so that's why we're having that issue. So make sure that here too is the same thing. So what you can just do is that After you must have changed your testimonial model, you just copy and then be able to just come and paste it here. Okay, such that if you hold the control key and you click on it, it's going to take you here. If it takes you here, then it's okay, you have no issue. But if it doesn't take you there, then there's an issue. So if we go back to our page and we try to reload, I think we should get the data now correctly. Okay, so you see, it was a success. We have the message here printed correctly. So with that, that's all. Okay, for this is all for the back end. Okay, this is all. This is all what you just have to do. Everything is working perfectly. Everything is working perfectly. That's just also now we are now going to host this backend, okay, and provide a route to it. So what I will prefer that you use is something I tried and I tested out and which is actually cool. It's called Cyclic. So if you say Cyclic as it's put there, just say Cyclic hosting platform. Yeah, just say Cyclic hosting platform. Okay, press enter. Okay, just wait here. This first cyclic.sh. Okay, click on it, and then let's just wait a bit. It's going to load up. Okay, me I already have an account, so I don't need to sign up again. I'll just sign in. Okay, but you, if you don't have an account, just make sure you sign up. So I'm just gonna log in quietly and peacefully. So we are being redirected. Okay. It's taking a little bit of while to load, but it's okay, no big deal. Okay, it's back. I wanted to. Okay, it's back. It has been displayed. Okay, so now what you have to do is that after you're going to connect it to your GitHub account, right? You now click here on deploy. Okay, once you click on deploy, okay, it's going to take you to something like this. Okay, delete your portfolio, backend and continue. No. Let me see. Create a new app. Okay, yeah. So once you want a new app, right, you click here, new app. It's going to take you to, I don't know why it's, but it's like can only deploy one um GitHub folder at a time, alright? So you can now explore with the others of using Netlify or Vercel. Yeah, a lot of videos on YouTube on that. You can just verify that. So once you click on new, you click on that, it's going to show you this. You just follow the procedures. Pretty easy, right? Just select your repository and that'll be all. So for me, I can deploy more and you see the, and once you're done, you have to come back to the main page on which you're going to have this line here, which is going to be your route. So you see if I copy this line, this link, and I paste it here. Okay, if I paste it here like this, I'm going to get, I think, an empty page, right? Okay. So what you have to do now is that you have to add slash API. Remember our routing slash API slash portfolio. So it's my backend is already hosted, and let's wait a bit while it's getting the data to display. So what you just have to do is pretty easy. You just need to follow the steps, do it, and it's going to build automatically on its own and render everything to you. So let's see, slash API slash portfolio. Oh, okay. I guess another issue why. I recently removed my key from my um repository, so that's the issue. So let me see how I can be back with that, but just give me some minutes. Okay, so as you can see here, this is it. It has been displayed here. I had to remove my connection key from my folder, my repository on VS Code, so that's why I had that issue. But everything is back to normal. So you see, it's hosted online. HTTPS. I can even go to the slash testimonial section, and you see everything gets displayed. Okay, so that's it for this part. Sorry, the video was that long, but we really had to do this for everybody to be able to see clearly and everything. So yeah, once you get everything hosted, that'll be fine. So I think I'll end here for now. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how to connect it to the front end.